All right, let's talk cybersecurity. We're always told to look out for human error, right? But what if the biggest threat, the one that could take down your whole organization, isn't even human? We're going to dive into this massive, unseen workforce that's humming away inside your systems as we speak, and why it's probably your biggest blind spot.
So, seriously, what do you think your biggest security blind spot is? Go ahead, take a guess. Unpatched software? Phishing emails? Maybe even a disgruntled employee? Yeah, those are all big deals for sure. But the real monster might be the one hiding in plain sight, just working silently in the background of everything.
Nope, it's not a person. The number one identity threat you're facing today? It's this whole invisible army, an unseen workforce operating in the shadows of your network. And guess what? It's getting bigger. Every single day.
Okay, so to really get our heads around this, I want you to picture it. A giant, invisible workforce running 24/7 inside your company's systems. This is the world of what we call non-human identities.
So what exactly is a non-human identity, or NHI as we'll call it? Well, put simply, it's a login for a machine. Think about it. It's the API key that lets your apps talk to each other. It's the service account that kicks off your backups every night. It's even the AI agent fetching data for that big report. They are literally the invisible engines keeping your business running.
Okay, get ready for this, because this is where it gets absolutely wild. In your average company, for every single human employee, there are somewhere between 25 and 50 of these non-human identities. Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't some small detail we're overlooking. It's a gigantic, sprawling attack surface that's just appeared, almost without anyone noticing.
And it's not like this is a nice, tidy expansion. Oh no, these things are scattered everywhere. You've got them in old legacy systems, in your hybrid clouds, they're all tangled up in your APIs, and now with Gen AI, they're just exploding. It's chaos. And trying to find and secure all of them, it's a total nightmare.
So here's the bottom line. Because they're everywhere, and because we're not watching them, these NHIs have become the number one identity threat, period. So let's break down why. What makes them such a juicy target for attackers?
And look, this isn't some what-if scenario for the future. This is happening right now. As we all race to adopt cloud-native tech, more automation, zero trust, we're just churning out these identities like crazy. And you can bet the bad guys have noticed. The experts are all saying it. Exploiting these non-human identities isn't going to be the number one threat. It is the number one threat.
So what's the recipe for this perfect storm? Well, first, there's just a crazy number of them. Second, their security is often, let's just say, weak. We're talking hard-coded passwords that literally never get changed. Third, nobody's watching them. There's no monitoring. And the cherry on top? A lot of them have super powerful system-wide permissions. For a hacker, it's a dream come true. It's like finding a key to the front door just lying on the mat.
Don't believe me? The proof is right there in the numbers. This year alone, researchers found over 50 million leaked API keys, tokens, and service accounts up for grabs on the dark web. 50 million. Every single one of those is a potential key to someone's kingdom.
And this isn't a slow-moving problem. It's accelerating. The number of these leaked credentials found online has shot up by 250% since just 2021. It's growing way faster than most companies can even react.
All right, so if you choose to ignore this, what happens? Well, the consequences are pretty severe. We're not just talking about getting breached. We're talking serious financial pain. The cost of just doing nothing it's huge.
And when a breach happens, it is terrifyingly fast. Okay, picture this. An unmanaged identity gets exposed online. Instantly, it's vulnerable. In less than a minute, an attacker can find it and they're in. From there, they just move silently through your network. And within just a few more minutes, that one little compromised key has blown up into a massive, system-wide breach.
And we see this playing out for real all the time. Attackers grab these stolen machine credentials, find those service accounts with way too much power, and they just waltz right in. They steal data, they mess with your operations, and the whole time, they're completely invisible to your regular security tools, because those tools are busy looking for people, not machines. And if a breach isn't bad enough, then you have the regulators knocking on your door. If you're not managing these identities properly, you could be non-compliant with things like GDPR, SOX, HIPAA, you name it. And the fines for that? They can be massive. We're talking up to 4% of your entire company's global annual revenue. Ouch. Okay, so the problem is huge, it's fast, and it's expensive. I get it. It sounds pretty grim. But
And this is a big but. The good news is you can solve this. So let's talk about how you can actually get control back over this unseen workforce.
Now, the answer here isn't just buying another shiny new tool. It's a whole strategy. It's called non-human identity lifecycle management. And it's pretty simple in concept. You manage these identities from the second they're born to the moment they're safely put to rest.
A really solid strategy here is built on 5 key pillars. First up, discover. You got to find them all. Simple, right? You can't protect what you can't see. Second, you secure them. Lock down their credentials, enforce good policies. Basically, lock the doors. Third, you enforce what we call least privilege. This just means each identity gets only the access it absolutely needs to do its job, and nothing more. Fourth, you monitor them. Watch what they're doing in real time so you can spot anything fishy. And finally, number 5, you decommission them safely. When they're not needed anymore, you get rid of them so they don't turn into forgotten open backdoors.
And when you do this, the difference is it's night and day. You go from having massive blind spots, being constantly vulnerable, and facing huge risks, to having full visibility, real-time protection, strong defenses, and way easier compliance. It's a total transformation.
Okay, so now that we've laid all this out, let's bring it back home. It's time to turn the spotlight back on your organization and ask a really important question.
See, in most companies, there's this jaw-dropping gap in how we manage identities. Think about it. You've got all these robust systems to manage your human employees, right? Probably close to 95% of them are covered. But then you look at that much, much larger non-human workforce, and that number just plummets. On average, only about 5% of them get any real security attention. That right there, that's the blind spot. That gap is where all the danger is hiding.
So that brings us to our final question for you today. And I want you to really think about this. When you count everything, every single service account, every API key, every little automated script, how many of your company's identities are you actually managing? The answer to that question, well, it's not just a number. It's the real measure of how secure your organization truly is.